The holidays are all about sharing with family. Meals, couches, stories, Grandma's secret pecan pie recipe. And now you can also share a cart with Instacart Family Carts. Everyone can add what they want to one group cart from wherever they are. So you don't have to go from room to room to find out who wants cranberry sauce, or whether you should get mini marshmallows for the yams, or collecting votes for sugar cookies versus shortbread. Just share a cart, and then share the meals and the moments. Download the Instacart app and get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
This is 10 News Conference Extra. We just finished wrapping up our Reporters Roundtable. We have more to say about whether or not Gina Raimondo is coming back to run for governor. This was based on an unnamed source's report to the public's radio. They ran with it, and we all followed it. What do you say, yes or no? Is she coming back to run for governor?
I don't think she is. And I think people it was Ian Donis at the Public's Radio who reported that, saying he talked to somebody. And I talked to people who were close to Raimondo, and they kind of backed that up and said that's what they had heard, that she'd at least not ruled it out, and that maybe there was some talk of it. But then I talked to a lot more people who used to be in Raimondo's circle when she was in Rhode Island, and I had people laugh at me about whether or not this was true, and that they just don't see that happening. Now, does she have grander aspirations to run for president, and is that realistic, and does she need a platform to do that from? But people say, I think more people who I talked to thought she would go to the private sector.
No, that puts Helena in a tough spot, because Raimondo and Helena are close. Raimondo and Shekarchi are close.
Right.
All 3 of those are eyeing maybe a run for governor. Right. So Raimondo would have to say, it's not your time. I want to come back.
I don't think she's coming
back. Shekarchi has tons of money, but I don't think so either. And she's already been, is being a cabinet secretary a higher level. It's national, it's international, but most people around the country have no idea who you are.
I would imagine that negotiating turf contracts in South County versus chips in Taiwan and China might be a little higher level.
You're the CEO of the state, though.
But higher profile. Yeah. If she did want to go back on the national stage, and I'm not saying Governor of Rhode Island is that, but cabinet members hardly ever go anywhere beyond being a cabinet member.
Remember the 60 Minutes story? Yes. Positioning her.
You also have to remember, too, she didn't leave the most popular person because of the specific timing that she left in the middle of COVID, when everyone felt like she abandoned Rhode Island. So trying to come back,
that might have been a time and place situation. And we said that. I was reporting on that about how she's not talking to the media. She was under instructions from the Biden administration as a cabinet secretary to not say anything. But it just didn't look great. And then Governor McKee was, when he took over, was basically like, I fixed the vaccine rollout. So if she ever were to run again, could McKee blame her for the Washington Bridge? Could McKee?
Yes,
right. So does she want to come back and deal with the Washington Bridge
and tolls?
Have him say, I fixed the vaccine?
Or would she come back and wait for Senator Reid to retire and represent Rhode Island that way?
I think he was going to run.
I spoke to Brett Smiley, who was our director of administration. He was their chief of staff.
They were very close.
And he downplayed the whole thing. He said, I don't think that's possible.
I don't think so.
If she wants to keep her hand in politics, what else is there other than the congressional seats are tied up? She's not getting Jack Reed's seat. So what else is there for her unless the governor, if she wants to stay in politics? If not, she can go become the president of Harvard if she likes.
Right. Or get some very high-paid corporate
board. Or do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Right. So,
but do you want to?
And if you want that national profile again in 2 years, it's not that long a time, I guess.
Right.
So do you need to be in public office if you are going to consider?
Do you think she would get reelected, though, in Rhode Island?
Well, it might be a heavy lift. But, she had the laborers' union was with her, but the municipal unions are not. The teachers' union is still smarting over the pension cut.
Yes.
I don't think she'd walk into it. Now, how about the abstract scenario? So let's say she came back, actually won the governor's race. Jack Reed stepped down. Raimondo appoints herself to senator. Helena Folks runs with Raimondo as lieutenant governor, accedes to the governor's job.
Anything
and
is
Raimondo
possible.
becomes lieutenant governor.
Okay, boom, boom, boom.
She has it all drawn out
Do you
for
think
us.
she really wants Reed's spot, though? In the scheme of things?
Well, you always hear as an executive, she didn't want to be. Now, definitely, when the congressional seat came up, when Cicilline
And she wasn't
Right,
stepped
when
out.
Gabe
People are
took
like, she doesn't
over,
want to be being the
Right.
freshman out of
Right.
435. But being a U.S. senator,
don't know.
one would argue is more prestigious. You're one of 100. That is more of a
But a governor,
national
you're one of
launching
50.
stage.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
I don't know.
to be continued. This is our year-end roundtable. Make sure you watch 10 News Conference Sunday morning, 11:30 right here. You can also watch it Saturday at 5:30 in the morning if you're up early doing your shopping, or you could record
It's
it.
nice to see all of you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm early morning, so I'm like,
Different hour.
By
I know,
the
hi.
way, we'll argue politics so you don't have to this Thanksgiving. We hope you have a nice Thanksgiving.